very, very invested in our community.
It's wonderful to be here.
This is Vinney Chopra and also my good buddy Beau. And we are so happy.
It's amazing what's going to happen. So, we amped up to do the show, and we got a lot of hype about the guest today, so I'm excited.
I know. So excited to come live to you all. Live 9:30 every Friday. How to take your business to the next level. All right. We are back with great intros. Thank you, Beau. That was amazing. I know this is the first time we are running it, and thanks Nell for doing a great job. This is Vinney Chopra and my brother right there, Beau. Vinney and Beau show. We come live to you every Friday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 Eastern. Please join us, subscribe to us, and also like and share. We also make a podcast out of this show. And today we got a great guest, a great friend from GoBundance. We have met several times. Robert Kramer is here. Hi, Robert. How are you, brother?
I'm good, Vinney. How are you?
Oh, doing
Infinite
great.
Smiler.
We have met so many times. You're in Dallas. I just want to take this time to introduce you. I was going over here. You said, my gosh, he overcomes the challenge of growing an ever-changing environment by educating, by adopting, and moving forward. And Roberts refuses to believe that there is always to be in the box. Oh, I love that. And
There's no box.
His motto is to do the right thing, destroy the box, and change the world. Oh, brother, this is amazing. We're going to have a great show, guys. Get ready for it.
Well, thank you, Vinney. What's up, Beau? How you doing, buddy?
All right. Well, I'm doing well. It's amazing how fast every Friday comes along. And Vinney was on vacation he wasn't on vacation. He was in Florida and checking on his projects and all that fun stuff. But it's good to be here with such a great guest. And we're going to dive in today and talk about commercial real estate, talking about educating commercial real estate or residential agents that want to learn commercial, right? There's a lot of people that, and then also, underwriting deals and partnering on deals. And that's all what a lot of commercial agents or brokers, right? They aspire to not just be transactional, but actually build wealth by owning real estate and do syndication like what Vinney does. So it's going to be a great show. And we've had an interesting couple of weeks. Rates keep on creeping up, and I think that's going to be the trend of the year. But how will this really affect the real estate market? A lot of people think that we still have shortages of rental properties and the shortages of homes to buy. So will we continue to see appreciation this year, or will we see a slowdown? That is the question.
That is a big question.
What are rates right now?
Huh? Pardon? Yeah.
What are the rates right now? I saw interest rates were 5.08 yesterday. Where are they at today?
I didn't look today. I mostly deal with non-bank type of lending, unlike when people are refinancing like a portfolios of single family homes. And so we call those DSCR loans. Those have crept up into the sixes. So those, people, like last month I was working on a refinance, which I was supposed to close around 4.5%, and now that rate might be 6% or 6%. So yeah, it's substantial, but I've made so much in appreciation that I can pull out a bunch of cash, so it still makes sense.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to say that. I mean, this is bad. We just finished the loan on residential, primary residential, 30-year fixed for 2.5%. And my rental in Shadow Creek, Beau knows that, for 2.75%.
Oh
Holy
my
cow.
gosh. Where'd you get this debt?
Yeah.
From PNC, actually, in the Wealth Club or something. Yeah, they were able to offer.
Well, that's non-existent now, probably. So,
Yeah.
but if you are deemed high net worth,
Life insurance money, where are they at?
no, it's just private banks. Like if you they'll bend over backwards if you've got like a X amount net worth versus like the average person's not going to get that same deal.
Mhm.
Where life insurance rates right now?
I don't do much life business, but I would imagine that they're in the fours still.
Yeah.
Mid fours, upper fours.
Mhm.
Interesting.
But that's low leverage. That's 60, 65 leverage versus everything else. So
Yeah. Well, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy what's happening, because I was talking yesterday, and I was in Nashville yesterday,
Mhm.
talking about commercial real estate to a group of realtors, and I was reading over some CoStar articles, because CoStar put out some great reports. And one thing they were talking about is the amount of construction going on right now in the multifamily sector specifically.
Mhm.
Just for example, Austin has more units under construction, 3 times more. I'm
Oh,
sorry, more units under construction than Atlanta does.
oh
And
wow.
Atlanta has 3 times the population.
Oh wow. Ooh.
So Austin and Nashville are almost leading the charge in the amount of units being developed right now.
I'll be darned. I'll be darned.
But those are
That's
hot markets.
so interesting. I mean, the multifamily, I don't know if you know that, Robert. I bought one September 2020 in the COVID near to the Domain in Austin, 308
Yeah.
units. And I cannot believe my mind is boggling. 35 million I paid, 63 million. 63 million in less than a year and a half. Never
That
seen it.
is obscene
Obscene.
and amazing for you. Congratulations.
Oh my gosh, I know we are
Well,
going.
they said rents across the board in 21 went up 11.6%. Average. Some markets over 20% in 1 year.
Yes, I know in Melbourne, Florida, which is another property I own there, Princeton Park, we increased the rents by 25%. I mentioned it in one of my podcasts. Nobody's leaving. It's just, I don't know what's happening. And inflation is looking at 7.9%, and that's not going to go down. Of course, the basis points, I read the report. Next one, maybe they'll increase 0.5, 50 basis rather than 0.25. So
Yeah.
actually interest rate is probably going to be higher December 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Well,
it might be
it's an interesting time, though. I'm sure y'all are obviously aware, but with the interest rates upticking and people who went through forbearance and couldn't qualify to buy a house or whatever, they're seeing it as a safer option to rent and save their cash.
Yeah.
And then you have the institutional buyers and people from overseas getting their money out of Mexico, Russia, Germany, right? They're parking money due to inflation. They don't want cash as trash. So they're parking money in assets. They're okay with buying at a 3.5, 4.5 cap rate, regardless of interest rates, because it's an appreciating asset.
Right.
And so it's a challenge for a lot of my buyers. We're unable to source opportunities that make sense for them financially, because we're competing against guys who can come in with all cash, buy at 4%. Like, for example, we're looking at a property in Texas right now. I got 2 offers last night, right around $40 million for a multifamily, which is at a 4 cap.
Wow.
In a tertiary market.
Tertiary market too. Wow.
So it's probably a good time to be a seller. I mean, although what are you going to do with your money? But
Money, exactly.
Use a DST sale.
Yeah.
DST sale.
Yeah.
There's plenty of options. Right now they open the floodgates, so to speak. So you can actually move that into Bitcoin if you wanted to, of all things. I'm just saying you have options to remove the tax liability. So we do have connections there. If someone wants to, they can email us. So we can get you connected. I don't do that, but we can get you connected.
Yeah, Robert, maybe if you want to, brother, tell us a little bit about DST sale. I know our audience.
Well, I don't go into the details because anytime we have to deal with DST sales, 1031, CPA info, I don't dive in. All I say is you have options. I
Yeah.
want you to go talk to the expert and get the real
Makes
deal because it does change, and I'm
Yeah.
not going to screw it up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Their
But we do have
timelines,
connections.
their
We could
deadlines.
definitely, we
Yeah.
can connect y'all or whomever to the right people to make sure they're taken care of because it's a legal way. It's been around for 30, 40 years.
Sure.
So all I'm saying is with the lack of opportunity to sell and transfer your money into another asset, you do have options to avoid paying the capital gains tax. That's all I'm saying.
So true, so true. I mean, in my assisted living ground ups that I'm building with my partner, we do have ability to get the 1031 money if it's a lot of money, right? And then put this into one project, then next project to defer taxes that way. Again, we are not CPAs or attorneys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say that, all those things.
Yeah, but that's the power of having a good network is that
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
definitely options out there. You get the experts involved; they're going to guide you
Sure.
to do it the right way. And but yeah, I mean it's great that you bought a property a year ago and it's doubling in value. I would probably take the money and run because
I know we are doing it, by the way. We are.
that's a home run. What we call a home run. Yeah.
In 15 years, I've never had a property that I bought, this is with my partners and we are majority holders. The big thing is it has never been this crazy. I mean, Austin is like, it's just looking like from Austin to San Antonio. It's going to be all Austin. I don't know.
It's the new California.
Yeah. That's a grand slam. You don't double your value in a year and a half.
I mean, that's not even a home run. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're buying a business, put the right people in place.
Yeah.
You can double your business, maybe 10x it. But real estate for doubling in a year and a half.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Good for you.
It's a good time to diversify too. I think, there's lots of people looking for diversification right now, owning businesses, owning, there's just Robert's part owner of a roofing company that's doing a lot of business, right?
Yeah.
So,
look at that. Yes.
So, I mean, service-based businesses right now, that's why my mindset is diversification, cash flow. I actually
absolutely.
I think affordable housing space is great. I think working with like the voucher programs like Section 8, people need a place to live. And so you're solving a problem. And I think there's a huge opportunity.
I like the tiny houses.
Oh, tiny houses.
I love build a tiny house community. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are right, diversification. That's why I bought into the roofing company as a partner, because it's recession proof.
The other place, I know you said about diversification, Beau, I just had a meeting with my other partners. We got accepted for a Candlewood Suites. We are into hotels also. As you know, we are selling one. We got 7.5 million 1031 to put into 2-3 other hotels now. But then one meeting I had this week for an hour and a half was building cold storage units. I know
They're needed. They're needed right now.
The storage units, but this was cold storage units. And the broker and everybody and the builder, he's going to go 25% with us as a partner. Who's the builder? So that's kind of exciting. And the good part is
cold storage for sure.
Demand is huge. So diversifying is the name of the game. You're right.
Absolutely. And Vinney, whenever you do need a roof, I do expect a phone call.
Oh my gosh. Okay, brother. Yeah.
So on a cold storage deal, you build it, then it's going to be you're going to have an end tenant.
100,000. Yeah. 100,000.
Triple net lease it.
It's like, triple net lease, or, it's just the energy, right? It's mostly the electricity because of the storage units. I mean, they are cold and environmental and all that stuff. But we could do triple net lease, and you can rent it at $3 to $3.50 to $4 per square foot. What? So that's a huge market. And so we are, definitely looking into it. We are going to have another meeting to look at all the numbers, but looks pretty strong. And self-storage unit also is, I've been really, I think, Beau, you and I talked about it. I hope other people listening to us too, please look into that, because that's another place where a lot of value plays coming in place, because mom and pop, about 80% of the self-storage units are owned by mom and pop in this country. But if you can automate it That's the word. Do it all online, automate with surveillance cameras and the codes and everything. You can increase the NOI. Actually, very good friend of mine, you know him too. He bought 4 last year and doubled the NOI in 1 year in the
Yep.
self-storage space. Yeah, yeah.
A lot of opportunity right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, talking about that, we have a ton of institutional people. So any of y'all stuff that you even have the entertaining the idea of selling it, I mean, let me know.
Yeah.
I mean, we wrote an offer for 209 million 2 weeks ago. So we got some big players, big money. So
Marvelous, marvelous. So let's dig into it, Robert. I know
yeah,
you're really teaching, excellent segment, which is a lot of realtors, right, who are residential realtors. You're teaching them the commercial side of the business, right?
yeah. So I mean, I've been a commercial broker for 16, almost 17 years now, and I realized when I started, it was like, there's your phone and a desk. We don't know how to help you. Good luck, right? That was my education. So, but I got my degree in real estate, so I had a good foundation, and I hit the ground running. The only thing I knew is I needed to get at bats. I needed to get in front of people, right? But over the years, I realized there wasn't any great education outside of CCIM, and not everybody, number one, qualifies for CCIM, but not everybody has a portfolio nor the money to get that kind of education. And CCIM is pretty high level. There wasn't, or you had these small classes, right? Like Beau would come in and teach a class just on the lending for commercial. You would come in and teach a class just on syndicating multifamily, but there wasn't like a one-stop shop for you to get a base level knowledge for everything. And so that's when I created learncommercial.com. That's why I created it. I wanted an affordable course / class with live calls that agents, either commercial or residential, could come in, learn a great foundational level of education, get some live calls, some feedback, get a closed community they can ask questions in, and get enough knowledge to get out in the marketplace and go start making money. That's what I wanted, and that's what I did. And then last year, I joined forces with the NCREA. They're a national speaking commercial real estate education company out of California. Michael Simpson's the founder. And so we partnered. And so we have all of his content, all of my content, which is 11 modules. We cover everything from lending, tenant rep, what is commercial real estate? I mean, you name it. Multifamily, retail, industrial, land, redevelopment, repositioning. So we have all that content, a data library with all the documents you need for the business. And then we have 4 live calls a month. So I teach 2 of them. We have one that's open office hours, and we have another with Michael Simpson. So, I mean, we give so much value and opportunity for them to succeed. And we charge like $100 a month. It's $97 a month.
That's very good.
So,
very
but
good.
what it's doing is it's impacting people. They're able to get out there and make money.
Sure.
And take care of their families. And I mean, my overall vision, right? My bigger vision is to have that environment. Let's get to 500, 1,000 members. And then that group, we will go buy assets together. Our education company will become a syndication company, and we will go buy assets as a community.
Totally. No, that's awesome.
So you got to get Vinney. You got to get Vinney in there to teach on a basic on multifamily syndication. So Robert,
We
have guests all the time. I would love to have you.
Oh, sure. It'll be my pleasure, brother. Anytime.
Robert's got a practice called 7 Streams, which is powered by EXP. So EXP Realties started to develop a huge commercial real estate platform as well, because they went from literally like 500 agents to, I think they have 80,000, and they're publicly
like
traded.
78,000 right now.
And it's amazing to see the growth of EXP. And so Robert's got a team of agents there too. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, we do commercial brokerage, and then so I have part owner of the roofing company, and then I have the education side. So, but everything I do is circled around commercial real estate. So we stay pretty well connected in our arena. It's been pretty exciting, man. I love commercial real. I'm in it for life. Now, like you did mention though, I love helping people, but I like helping myself too. So we also buy and invest with our clients. It's great.
Awesome. So, are you like into, as you see in the future, I know I've been discussing quite a bit about the 3 tsunamis, right? The millennials, 74 million people liking portability and all demand. And then the silver tsunami is the big one that I've been really talking a lot about, 10,000 people turning 65 every night. And then, of course, the immigration tsunami, that's the third one. Such huge demand of the immigrants coming in in the rental space right there. So, what do you see will happen to the softening of the market? It has to, because it's been kind of going up and up and up, right? What do you say? Yeah.
I mean, this has been the craziest time I've ever seen in the last 16, 17 years, right? We've never seen, like you said, doubling of the value in a multifamily complex. Now, with that being said, I do think multifamily and industrial have the best run rate over the next 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, e-commerce is not slowing down. Data centers are not slowing down. Cold storage is needed desperately, right? So all that stuff feeds into the industrial arm. I mean, Amazon just traded a building for $180 a foot.
Wow.
Industrial.
Wow.
That's unheard of,
Mm-hmm.
right? We don't trade industrial tilt wall for 180 a foot. Doesn't happen. And that was in California. So I think those are going to be fine. I do think the office sector will slowly return. I mean, they did 58 billion in volume in Q4. That's
insane.
Yeah, I know I wrote down how many jobs they just added, but where was it? 1.2 million jobs added in 2022 so far.
So far, just in the first
this
wow.
year.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
people are getting back to work. People are moving. People are still needing a place to live.
Mm-hmm.
The lack of inventory is the only thing driving all these house prices up. We have less than like a month of inventory.
Yeah.
Right. So, I'm not really sure at which the speed that's going to continue. It has to flatline at some point. We can't continue this ridiculous run rate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when is that going to happen? I don't know. But retail's coming back strong. People want to get out. They're COVID fatigue. They're tired of being cooped up. They're tired of the masks, right? They want to go out. They want to go back to the movies. They want to go to restaurants. I don't want to say spend money, but they want to get out in public. And so I don't see that slowing down anytime soon. I do think the housing market has to. Otherwise, people are going to keep getting pushed out further and further and further. Now, people like me who live somewhere maybe that you may want to move, I mean, you may be holding off for the what you think is the peak to sell, because crap, my house increased like 40% in value in the last 2 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. So now would be the opportunity. So, no one's got a crystal ball. CoStar seems to think the office market is still going to come back. You have all the social media companies leasing massive square footage of real estate. TikTok leased a massive space. You have Instagram leasing massive space. Facebook, Oracle, Google, they're all leasing these huge footprints and growing. So I don't know when we may see, but with the interest rates coming above 5% now, you have to imagine that some of these forecasts got to start bumping up. Otherwise, you got to drop 50% to make it work.
But let's think about that too. I mean, I bought multifamily at 7.5 and 6.5. So it's like a, bell curve, right? We were in the low interest rate environment and the prices went higher and higher and higher.
Yes.
There has to be softening of the pricing. I know
there has to be.
It has to be, because then only it will make sense. I know for the last couple of years, a lot of people have been buying at 3.5, 4.5 cap. We lucked out when we bought that one, at 6.10 cap or something. But the thing is, it has to go. The cap rates have to increase. That's how I predict, and it has to make sense. How could you give investors, especially in private syndications, 6.5 or 7.5 if the capitalization rate is 3?
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know if my screen is frozen. It looks like mine's frozen, but I can see myself talking in the corner there.
Oh, really?
No, you're not frozen. You're good now.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, maybe it's only on my screen.
Yeah, you're probably
good.
No, you're all good. You're all good.
Yeah, no, you're right. It has to soften.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's going to stop making sense. So, but again, how fast is that going to happen, and when are we going to see that? And then what happens to the people whose notes are coming due in the next 24, 36 months? They got to refi or cash out.
That's
right?
the key. That's the real, what we are finding, and the reports I'm reading and listening to. There'll be some foreclosures coming. What's your prediction on that? Huh? Both of you. Huh?
Well, something has to happen, because they can't cover the DSCR anymore with the refi. They can't do it. You got to dump more cash in. I mean, unless the rents increase like yours did, and then you still have plenty of room, which may happen. if the rents continue to go up 3, 4, 5, 10%, then you're right. They're going to have enough of a cushion to get the refi done. They'll be okay. Or they're going to sell it and just take some profit, get out of the way, reset the baseline, and then go back to a new investment. But different parts of the country are going to be wildly different. I think the hot markets are going to be the hot markets, right? Your Austin, your Miami, your Tampa, your Atlanta, your Tennessee. The hot spots are going to be the hot spots. Denver, but the tertiary ones and some of the other markets, I think they're going to hit pretty hard.
So true. So true. Beau, what's your question, bro?
Oh, I don't have a crystal ball, but I would say that I think anybody who locked in long-term debt is in good shape. Anybody who's in bridge debt thinking that they're gonna roll into 3.5 money, and now they're rolling into like 5% money or more, that's going to be a problem for these people. They're not going to be able to probably get the proceeds they're expecting now, which means they're going to be kind of stuck. So either they're going to have to sell, or they're going to have to do capital calls if they've raised capital, right? So I think anybody that's got locked in long-term debt, it's like whoever refinanced their house at 2.5%, like Vinney out there, it's like you're never going to want to refi, even though you got a boatload of equity. You'll put an equity line on it if you want to get your equity.
So true. So
in like 15 years, we're going to be like, people are going to be like, oh my God, your money's I think people are going to start buying stuff like in multifamily, even single family, subject to, or they're going to assume loans, right? You're going to go assume that HUD debt at 2.5%.
Yeah.
You're going to bring in more cash to close and start doing more assumptions on Fannie, Freddie, and HUD for multifamily. And then people will start doing creative financing to buy these single family assets, because the seller wants to sell, but they're underwater and they can sell it subject to the existing mortgage and so forth. So it's going to create a lot of opportunities. And I don't know. I think nobody really knows, because there could be some, what do you call it? A black swan event. Like there's always something that sneaks up on you and you forget, like, hey, the .com boom, or the 2008, we were writing loans for people that just had a heartbeat and they got 100% financing. I mean, sometimes we're overlooking this, and there's something that's brewing in the background that we don't know. But like, if there's a shortage of inventory, at the same time, we have a shortage of inventory. We have like low unemployment now, right? Like, so everything kind of contradicts itself. So how do you really determine? I was just listening to Ken McElroy, and he said, long-term fixed, how to beat inflation is own assets and have locked in long-term debt.
Yep. I mean, that's the same thing. I mean, the reports, and I was in Sarasota right there, Beau, a couple of weeks back, where we talked about, we are becoming we were renters nation. We are re-becoming a renters nation. There's so much demand and so much short supply of, housing in this country. So that's definitely going to keep on doing it. And again, it's the idea to find the right thing. If it's the developments, I know some people in my circle, they're building townhouses, they're building, single family homes and all those things, which is workforce housing and modular housing. And then we talked about today about the, cold storage or dry storage, all those needs are there. Yeah. No, it's pleasure to have you, Robert. What else can you share with our audience? Some golden nuggets,
Words of wisdom.
Yeah, words of wisdom.
Know what you want and go after it, right? Well, Vinney, I appreciate y'all having me on. I really do. And I've been an admirer of yours for a long time, because you've been really kicking ass in the syndication environment. Thanks, Beau. Again, you've done a great job with the lending, and been an advocate when I had questions and concerns, and connect you with my clients. I do appreciate all your time and your efforts. And I'd love to have you on the show, Vinney. So I'll let you know a good time. Let's get you on one of our calls, an education call.
Yes.
And if anybody does have any questions, feel free to go to learncommercial.com.
Yes.
Or you can email me at info@learncommercial.com. Let's get in a phone call, see how we can help. We do have one-on-one coaching if you do want to get engaged with commercial real estate, because we do everything from tenant rep, landlord rep, not just multifamily. But like I said, I do think the multifamily industrial are going to be running hot for the next 3 years still. I think we're still got a long run rate. The last thing I will say, if you are looking to invest and you are in the commercial real estate world or anyone else, one of the biggest and fastest ways to jump your net worth is either do what Vinney did and double your real estate value in a year, or you go find a large tenant who needs space. You go buy the building that's vacant, put them in the building, use a triple net lease, and then sell it to an investor.
Yeah. Yep.
25 to 40% income equity jump instantly.
That's what we should do.
Multifamily. Yeah, absolutely.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm building this cold storage here. Go find the tenant.
Yeah,
Get it under contract.
I'll get that thing sold in 2 weeks.
That'll be amazing. I just wanted to also say, hey, if you'd like my book, Syndication Made Easy, we are giving it away, VinneyChopra.com, digital copy. Please go ahead and get that free book. And Robert, thank you so much for joining today, brother. It was such a pleasure.
Yeah, well, let's all get together back in Vegas or do something fun again. It's been
let's do it.
Come to Vegas. Let's go. We'll do the all you can eat.
Brother Beau is there. Let's make it a plan and go that
shoot guns.
Yeah, shoot guns.
The zombie place. Go shoot some in with the Marines.
You know what I want to do is rent those sand reels in the desert too. And then so we'll rent sand reels one day. The next day we'll go race for the Lamborghinis.
Yes.
And the next day go shooting.
Let's do it.
I mean, trifecta.
Cigar bar at night. It'll be a couple grand weekend, but it'll be worth it.
That's okay. Hey, this life is to enjoy. Work hard and play harder, I say.
You got it. Love it.
Thank you, everybody, for joining today. Again, we hope that you like the show. Please share, like, comment, and set that alarm to meet us every Friday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 Eastern. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, brother.
Hey, thanks, guys. You all have a good one.
Good morning. Thank you for joining this morning. This is Vinney and Beau show. Some of you might know me, Vinney Chopra, and my partner, Beau Eckstein. And we come to you live at 9:30 Pacific, which is 12:30 Eastern, every Friday. Thanks for joining.
And I think, Vinney, honestly, we at some point we're going to start a affordable housing multifamily division underneath Monell Investments. I'll run the division. We'll have a nonprofit component, and we'll help.
Wow.
We could probably help this in a big way, really.
I would love that.
Yeah.
It's been an exciting week. I hope it's been for you also. Beau, you have some questions, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got a lot of questions.
How are you, brother?
Good to see you, Vinney. Good to see you, Beau.
Oh, thank you. We are so privileged to have you.
Hey, Vinney, real quick.
Yeah, bud.
All right, I'll bet you sushi that you don't know that. What does SAS stand for?
Hi there, everybody joining us, watching us. We are live in 7 channels actually today, in the YouTube, in LinkedIn, in Facebook groups and Facebook. Thanks again for liking the show. Please give comments, share, and we are here for a very big show today.